Pronouns. Word used for or instead of a noun is known as a pronoun. Padma is my girlfriend. She is very beautiful. I visited Delhi. This is the capital of India. Prasad is my friend. He is very kind. The colored words she, this, he are pronouns because they stand for persons or things. She stands for Padma, this stands for Delhi, and he stands for Prasad. There are different types of pronouns: personal pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, interrogative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, relative pronoun, reflexive pronoun, intensive pronoun. Personal pronouns. A personal pronoun refers to a specific person or thing and changes its form to indicate person, number, gender, and case. The different types of personal pronouns are subjective personal pronoun. A subjective personal pronoun indicates that the person is acting as the subject of the sentence. The subjective personal pronouns are I, you, she, he, it, we, you, they. In the following sentences, each of the highlighted words is a subjective personal pronoun and acts as the subject of the sentence. Examples: I was glad to find the bus pass in the bottom of the green knapsack. You are surely the strongest child I have ever met. When she was a young woman, she earned her living as a coal miner. After many years, they returned to their homeland. We will meet at the library at 3:30 p.m. It is on the counter. Are you the delegates from Malaysia? Objective personal pronouns. An objective personal pronoun indicates that the pronoun is acting as an object of a verb, compound verb, preposition, or infinitive phrase. The objective personal pronouns are me, you, her, him, it, us, you, and them. For example, Shof stole the Silky's skin and forced her to live with him. The objective personal pronoun her is the direct object of the verb forced, and the objective personal pronoun him is the object of the preposition with. After reading the pamphlet, Judy threw it into the garbage can. The pronoun it is the direct object of the verb threw. The agitated assistant stood up and faced the angry delegates and said, "Our leader will address you in 5 minutes." In this sentence, the pronoun you is the direct object of the verb address. Dev and Ravina will meet us at the newest cafe in the market. Here the objective personal pronoun us is the direct object of the compound word will meet. Give the list to me. Here the objective personal pronoun me is the object of the preposition to. I'm not sure that my contact will talk to you. Similarly, in this example, the objective personal pronoun you is the object of the preposition to. Ram was surprised to see her at the races. Here the objective personal pronoun her is the object of the infinitive phrase to see. Possessive personal pronouns. A possessive pronoun indicates that a pronoun is acting as a marker of possession and defines who owns a particular object or person. The possessive personal pronoun are mine, yours, hers, his, its, ours, and theirs. Note that possessive personal pronouns are very similar to possessive adjectives like my, her, and their. In each of the following sentences, the highlighted word is a possessive personal pronoun. The smallest gift is mine. Here, the possessive pronoun mine functions as a subject complement. His is on the kitchen counter. In this example, the possessive pronoun his acts as the subject of the sentence. Theirs will be delivered tomorrow. In this sentence, the possessive pronoun theirs is the subject of the sentence. Ours is the green one on the corner. Here too the possessive pronoun our functions as the subject of the sentence.
Forms of personal pronouns. First person, masculine or feminine. Case, singular or plural. Nominative, I, singular, we, plural. Accusative or objective, me, us. Possessive case, in singular form, you will have my and mine. In the plural, it will be our and ours. In the second person, masculine or feminine, the case and the singular plural attitudes will be. In the nominative case, singular plural, singular, you. Accusative or objective, you. Possessive, your, yours. Third person, the case, in the nominative case, it will be masculine, singular, it will be he. For the feminine gender, in the singular form, it will be she. In the natural plural form, it will be it. All gender will be plural, they. Accusative or objective, in the masculine singular form, it will be him. In the feminine singular form, it will be her. In the natural plural, it will be it. In all gender plural, it will be them. Possessive case, masculine singular, his, feminine singular, her and hers. Natural plural, it will be its. All gender plural, it will be their or theirs.
Demonstrative pronoun. A demonstrative pronoun points to and identifies a noun or a pronoun. This and these refer to things that are nearby either in space or in time, while that and those refer to things that are farther away in space or time. The demonstrative pronoun are this, that, these, and those. This and that are used to refer to singular nouns or noun phrases, and these and those are used to refer to plural nouns and noun phrases. Note that the demonstrative pronouns are identical to demonstrative adjectives, though obviously they use them differently. It is also important to note that can also be used as a relative pronoun. In the following sentences, each of the highlighted words is a demonstrative pronoun. That is incredible, referring to something you just saw. I will never forget this, referring to a recent experience. Such is my belief, referring to an explanation just made. You are going to wear these, referring to a sense of emotional distance or even disdain. Indefinite pronouns. An indefinite pronoun is a pronoun referring to an identifiable but not specified person or thing. An indefinite pronoun conveys the idea of all, any, none, or some. The most common indefinite pronouns are all, another, any, anybody, anyone, anything, each, everybody, everyone, everything, few, many, nobody, none, one, several, some, somebody, and someone. Note that some indefinite pronoun can also be used as indefinite adjectives. Many were invited to the lunch, but only 12 showed up. Here, many acts as the subject of the compound verb were invited. The office had been searched and everything was thrown into the floor. In this example, everything acts as a subject of the compound verb was thrown. We donated everything we found in the attic to the women's shelter garage sale. In this sentence, everything is the direct object of the verb donated. Although they looked everywhere for extra copies of the magazine, they found none. Here too, the indefinite pronoun functions as a direct object. None is the direct object of found. Make sure you give everyone a copy of the amended bylaws. In this example, everyone is the indirect object and is the noun phrase a copy of the amended bylaws. Give a registration package to each. Here, each is the object of the preposition to. A relative pronoun is used to link one phrase or clause to another phrase or clause. The relative pronouns are who, whom, that, and which. The expanded form of the relative pronouns whoever, whomever, whatever are known as indefinite relative pronouns. You can use the relative pronouns who and whoever to refer to the subject of a clause or a sentence, and whom and whomever to refer to the subjects of a verb or a preposition. In each of the following sentences, the highlighted word is a relative pronoun. You may invite whomever you like to the party. The relative pronoun whomever is the direct object of the compound verb may invite. The candidate who wins the greatest popular vote is not always elected. In this sentence, the relative pronoun is the subject of the verb wins and introduces the subordinate clause who wins the greatest popular vote. This subordinate clause acts as an adjective modifying candidate. Whoever broke the window will have to replace it. Here, whoever functions as the subject of the verb broke. The crate which was left in the corridor has now been moved into the storage closet. In this example, which acts as the subject of the compound verb was left and introduces the subordinate clause which was left in the corridor. The subordinate clause acts as an adjective modifying the noun crate. I will read whichever manuscript arrives first. Here, whichever modifies the noun manuscript and introduces the subordinate clause whichever manuscript arrives first. The subordinate clause functions as the direct object of the compound verb will read. Reflexive pronoun. One can use a reflexive pronoun to refer back to the subject of the clause or sentence. The reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Note each of these can act as an intensive pronoun. Each of the highlighted words in the following sentences is a reflexive pronoun. Diabetics give themselves insulin shots several times a day. The dean often does the photocopying herself so that the secretaries can do more important work. After the party, I asked myself why I had faxed invitations to everyone in my office building. Richard usually remembered to send a copy of his email to himself. Although the landlord promised to paint the apartment, we ended up doing it ourselves. Note: be alert to a tendency to use reflexive and intensive forms ending in self, where they are neither appropriate nor necessary. Bob and I, not myself, are responsible for this decision. These decisions will be made by me, not myself.
6. Intensive pronouns. An intensive pronoun used to emphasize its antecedent. Intensive pronoun are identical in form to reflexive pronouns. The highlighted words in the following sentences are intensive pronouns. I myself believe that aliens should abduct my sister. The Prime Minister himself said that he would lower taxes. They themselves promised to come to the party even though they had a final exam at the same time. 7. Interrogative pronouns. An interrogative pronoun is used to ask questions. The interrogative pronoun are who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and whatever. Note that either which or what can also be used as an interrogative adjective, and that who, whom, or which can also be used as a relative pronoun. You will find who, whom, and occasionally which used to refer to people, and which and what used to refer to things and to animals. Who acts as the subject of a verb, while whom acts as the object of a verb, preposition, or a verbal phrase. The highlighted word in each of the following sentences is an interrogative pronoun. Which wants to see the dentist first? Which is the subject of the sentence. Who wrote the novel Rockbound? Similarly, who is the subject of the sentence. Whom do you think we should invite? In this sentence, whom is the object of the verb invite. To whom do you wish to speak? Here the interrogative pronoun whom is the object of the preposition to. Who will meet the delegates at the train station? In this sentence, the interrogative pronoun who is the subject of the compound word will meet. To whom did you give the paper? In the example, the interrogative pronoun whom is the object of the preposition to. What did he say? Here the interrogative pronoun what is the direct object of the verb say. Reflexive and intensive pronoun forms are sometimes similar. Herself, himself, ourselves, myself, yourself, yourselves, itself. The reciprocal pronouns are each other and one another. They are convenient forms for combining ideas. If Bob gave Alicia a book for Christmas and Alicia gave Bob a book for Christmas, we can say that they gave each other books, or that they gave books to each other. My mother and I give each other a hard time. They borrowed each other's ideas. The scientists in this lab often use one another's equipment. Rules for the following: number, person, gender, nominative pronoun, complement of the verb to be, objective form, pronoun of different persons, pronoun for a collective noun, pronoun for more than two nouns, pronoun for each or every noun, each, either, neither, either and neither. 11. Anyone and none, each other, one another. 13. Both and all. 14. Pronoun for or, either, or, neither, or, nor nouns. Pronoun for or, nor, or plus singular and plural nouns. 16. Pronouns for different persons. 17. Pronoun after than, as. 18. Pronoun it. Pronoun this or it. For whom, 20. 21. Whom. Which, 23. Whose. 24. That. 25. What. 26. But as a relative pronoun. Compound relative pronouns. Agreement of the relative pronoun with its antecedent. The relative pronoun is omitted in the following cases, such as which is, which in restricted cases, the same, that as, who in the objective form, independent possessives. 1. Oneself, reflexive pronoun, interrogative pronoun. For number, person and gender. The first and basic rule of the use of pronoun is that it must have the same number, person and gender of the noun for which it has been used. She has completed her note. Nominative pronoun are used as the subject of the verb, like she, I, you, we, they are in the nominative form. They are talking. Complement of the verb to be. If a verb to be has a pronoun for its complement, the pronoun must be used in the nominative form. It is he, not him, who will give you the notes. Note, it should be remembered that in exclamatory and predictive personal pronoun can be used in the objective form. It is me. Object form. If a personal pronoun is the object of a verb or a preposition, it must be used in the objective form. Me, us, him, them, her, you are in the objective form. Example, she depends upon me, not I. Pronouns of different persons. If pronouns of different persons are to be used with the same verb, they must be used in the following order. Singular number, you, second person, should come first. He, third person, come next. And I, first person, should come last. This order is indicative of refined culture and good behavior. You and he and I are classmates. In plural number, we plus you plus they. Example, we and they were in the same college. But if the sentence has a bad sense or is expressive of some error or fault, the order should be thus: I, we plus you plus he plus they. Example, I and you and he have to accept our fault. Pronoun for a collective noun. With a collective noun in the pronoun, used is singular or plural according to the sense. In the singular number, we use it, its, and in plural, they, them. Example, the jury has given its verdict. Singular, the jury are divided in their opinion. Plural. Pronoun for more than two numbers. When two or more nouns are joined by and, the pronoun used for them is always plural. Shyam and his friends have completed their work. Pronoun for each or every plus noun. When two or more nouns are joined by and before each noun there comes each or every, the pronoun used is always singular. Each clerk and each typist has left his seat. Each, either, neither. They always take singular verb and singular possessive. Each of them is sure to get his rank. Either of them is sure to get his chance. Neither of the students has corrected his homework. Either and neither. Either and neither are used for two things only, not for more than two. You can choose either of these two shirts. Neither of the two sisters were selected. Anyone, none. When more than two things are referred to, we use anyone in place of either and none in place of neither. Any one of these 3 girls can dance with me. None of these 10 students passed. Each other, one another. They are called reciprocal pronouns. Each other is used for two things or persons and one another for more than two. The 2 brothers help each other. All the 5 brothers help one another. The 2 wheels rub against each other. In the modern usage, there is believed to be little difference between each other and one another. Now, sometimes each other is used for more than 2 and one another for only 2. These 3 sisters really love each other. Let us all help each other. Both and all. Both is used for 2 and all for more than 2. Both the apples are good, only 2 apples. All the pencils are red, more than 2. Pronoun for or, either, dash, or, neither, dash, nor, noun. When 2 or more than 2 nouns are joined with or, either, or, neither, nor, the pronoun used for them is always singular. Arun or Sunil has lost his purse. Either the doctor or his assistant will be in his clinic. Neither Ravi nor Ram has done his work. Pronoun for or nor plus singular and plural nouns. When a singular noun and a plural noun are joined by or nor, the pronoun used for them is always plural. Either principal or the teachers had neglected their duty. Neither the sons nor their father had kept their promise. Pronoun than, as. A peculiar difficulty arises in the correct use of pronoun after than or as. The problem is to decide whether the pronoun to be used after than or as should be in the nominative form or objective accusative form. In this connection, it should be remembered that the pronoun used after than or is the short form of a whole clause. Thus, the full form of I am taller than he will be I am taller than he is. Therefore, in order to decide whether the nominative or objective form of the pronoun should come after than or as, and as soon as we do so, the correct form of the pronoun will come in our mind. Example, I am as strong as he is. He loves you more than I love you. The words in the brackets will not be written. Note, it can be written and it cannot be. Both are correct. Note, in sentences containing the verbs of incomplete predication, suggesting the idea of being, becoming, or seeming, pronouns of objective form can also be used in place of nominative form after than or as. He is younger than me. Pronoun it. Pronoun it is used in the following cases. For inanimate things, this is your car. It is a small car. For small animals, birds and insects, there is a cat. It is white. pronoun this or it. A difficulty often arises with regard to the use of this or it in a sentence. It has been made amply clear above that it is only an imaginary nominative, while this is real nominative, or gives some definite reference or information about the real nominative. This is used to give the name, introduction, or any other information about someone. It is only for weather, season, time, or some impersonal subject. This refers to a person, thing, any specific information or quality, or nearness or closeness. This is a cow. Who? Who is used in the nominative case only for persons, both in the singular and plural numbers. Who is not used for inanimate things. For animals also, who is not generally used. Who is also for people and those. He is the thief who has caught red-handed. Whom? Whom is used only for persons in the objective, accusative case, both in singular and plural numbers. Example, the girl whom I gave the notes has secured first division. Which is used for animals and inanimate things. The house which has a high gate is mine. Note, in prepositional cases, the preposition is always used for which. The post for which I applied is permanent. Whose. Whose is used in possessive case both for pronouns and animals. The girl whose hair is long is my sister. That is used both for animate and inanimate things, both in singular and plural numbers. There is no possessive genitive case and therefore no preposition can be used before it. If it is very necessary to use a preposition, it can be placed at the end of the sentence. In each such case, the sentence can be completed without that also. I have lost the ring that you gave me. In the following case, the use of that is preferred to that of who or which as after the superlative degree. Example, Gandhi was the greatest man that modern India produced. After these words, all, same, any, none, nothing, only, anything, anybody, nobody, little, somebody, no one. Example again, she is the same girl that danced yesterday. Third, after interrogative pronoun, who or what. What is that troubles you so much? After two antecedents, one of which stands for person and the other for an animal or thing, the driver and his bus that crossed the lane struck against a tree. What? Relative pronoun what is used for things only. It is used without an antecedent and it means that which. What I told you is true, but as a relative pronoun. Sometimes but is used as a relative pronoun, in which case it means who, not which, not. There is no problem but can be solved. Compound relative pronouns. These are whoever, whosoever, whomsoever, whichever, whatever, whatsoever. All these compound pronouns are used without antecedents because antecedents are contained within them itself. They are supposed to be complete in themselves. You can write whatever you like. Agreement of the relative pronoun with its antecedent. A relative pronoun agrees with its antecedent in number and person. Therefore, it is supposed to have the same number and pronoun as its antecedent. The verb is also used according to the same number and person. Students who are intelligent are loved by teachers. The relative pronoun is omitted in the following cases. The relative pronoun that can be omitted in the objective case, the sentence is correct in both cases with or without that. The picture I saw yesterday was good. The picture that I saw yesterday was good. Such as. As is always used after such, the same or as. Example, my car is the same as yours. Which in restricted cases. In the restricted sense, choice can be used both for persons and things. Which of them is your book? The same dash that as. If in a certain sentence the same comes before a noun, the same noun suggested by as or that in the following clause. But if in the following clause the verb is understood, that is, it is not expressed, only as will be used, not that. Example, he is the same man as that came this morning. Who in the objective form. Strictly from grammatical point of view, who is used in the nominative form and whom in the objective form. But nowadays, especially in the conversational language, who is being used in the objective form in place of whom, or otherwise who or whom are both omitted from their objective place. Who did you talk to? In this sentence, who has been used in place of whom. In such sentence, who or whom both are correct. Independent possessive, mine, ours, yours, theirs, his are called independent possessive. No noun is used after them. The sense of noun comes after the context. One is an indefinite pronoun. It is used in its own form in all three cases. In nominative and objective cases, it is one's, and in reflexive form, it is oneself. It is wrong to use personal pronoun with it is. One should mind one's, not his, own business. Reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun are formed by the additional or self or selves. They are himself, herself, yourself, yourselves, themselves, ourselves, itself. They add emphasis to the statement. They cannot be used independently. The related noun or pronoun must be used with them. I can do it myself. No machine can move by itself. Interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronouns are these, who, whom, whose, which, that, what. The following are the rule for these. What is used for inanimate things? What is that? What is used for persons also when the question is what their position or profession? What is she? Who, whose, whom are used for persons. Who is used in the nominative case, whom in the objective case, and whose in possessive case. Who is there? Whose book is this? Which is used for person and things in restricted choice. Which is your pen? Sometimes it becomes essential to use some preposition with which or what. In such a situation, the preposition is placed at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning. Which book are you searching for?